All right, good afternoon. Can you all hear me? All right, I'm Judge Salvia Smith Fox. I am here to preside over your first appearance hearings this morning. Let me have everyone raise your right hand. You swear affirm the information you provided on your application for court-appointed counsel is true and correct? If so, say I do. All right, you can place your hand down. Thank you. All right, I'm not here to try your case or to take a plea in your case. Instead, I'm here to advise you of your charges, if you have a bond, if so, what that bond amount is, and your next currently scheduled court date. I also want to advise you of certain rights that you have. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. The right to indictment by grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors. The right to a speedy and public trial by jury. The right to see, hear, and cross-examine all witnesses that are called to testify against you. The right to compel the attendance of witnesses in your own behalf. The right to testify and offer other evidence in your own defense. The right to be represented by an attorney or have one appointed to represent you if you cannot afford to hire one. Some of you all will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds. Those bonds may be cash, commercial, or property bonds. If you post a cash bond, you will pay the full amount of your bond in cash to the sheriff. You will receive all of that money back after the final disposition of your case. If you do not want to pay the full amount in cash, you can go through a commercial bonding company. These are private companies. They charge different fees, up to 15% of the amount of your bond. Now, once you pay this fee to the bonding company, you will not receive that money back. If you decide to post a property bond, you would need to find someone that has at least 3 times the amount of equity in their property as the amount of your bond. All of you all will have a special condition not to violate any laws while you are out on bond. Some of you will have additional special conditions which will prohibit you from contacting certain people or going back to certain locations. If you were to violate any of the special conditions, your bond would be revoked. Additional charges could be added. You would not be entitled to a new bond while you are awaiting trial. You could be charged with aggravated stalking, influencing a witness, or other charges as the law may provide. You could be sentenced up to 10 years in prison and fined up to $20,000. If there is a family member or loved one where you have a no contact provision on the warrant, or whoever the victim is, that person would not be allowed to post your bond. If you are currently on active probation, this court may not be authorized to set a bond for you. There are also other charges where this court is not authorized to set a bond. In that event, I will schedule a bond hearing for you before a superior court judge. All right. For if you have a felony, any of your charges are felony charges, I'm going to set your preliminary hearing. It will be scheduled for August 26th at 8 o'clock. If you have all misdemeanor charges, your preliminary hearing will be set for August 11th at 8:30. If you have misdemeanor charges, you will have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing, which is a probable cause hearing. If you want to waive that hearing and expedite your case to state court, you would get a hearing in state court in 7 to 10 days. You would not be able to enter a plea at the preliminary hearing. So if you don't think that you want to enter a plea, then you can waive your case to state court and you'll get a hearing in 7 to 10 days. All right, I'm going to call you all up individually so that I can advise you of your charges. Do you all want me to do the females first?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so I'll do the females first. Let me have Katrina Barmer, and after Ms. Barmer, Danielle Ector. All right, good afternoon. Are you Miss Farmer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's see. Ma'am, would you like to waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you want them read to you? Do you understand what you're charged with, or do you want me to read the affidavit?
Can you read it?
All right, it indicates on August 1st, 2020 in Clayton County, Georgia, at 22 Upper Riverdale Road at approximately 6:45. Said offender was found to be in sole possession of a 2016 Chevy 200 Georgia tag PCV 3379 in the driver's seat when she was found asleep behind the wheel with the vehicle running. Investigation led to Barmer having an expired license out of California, Barmer out of Georgia, and has a suspension all issued, and it was surrendered March 4th, 2006, expired November 1st, 06, and found to have no license. Ma'am, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your bond is $1,000. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing? Yes? All right, so ma'am, they will have a waiver form for you to sign, and then you will be excused. Thank you, ma'am. All right, Danielle Ector. All right, and after Ms. Ector will be Brigitte Price. All right, are you Ms. Ector?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, do you waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you want them read to you?
Yes, ma'am. I waive them.
All right, ma'am, you're charged with battery family violence. Your bond is $3,000. You have a special condition to stay away and have no contact with Xavier Ector, and also not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so they will have a waiver form for you to sign, and then you will be excused. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
All right, Brigitte Price. After Ms. Price will be Kiera Salome.
She speaks Spanish.
Are you Ms. Price?
Yes.
All right, good afternoon. Ma'am, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes.
All right. Ma'am, you're charged with simple battery. Your bond is $4,000. Criminal trespass, your bond is $2,500. You have a special condition to stay away and have no contact with Stephon Brown and not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Ma'am, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
All right, thank you, ma'am. They will have a waiver form for you to sign, and then you'll be excused.
Ms. Salome speaks Spanish. We need an interpreter.
Ms. Salome, Kiera Salome?
Yes, she needs an interpreter.
Okay. I think she has a brother there also, Eric Salome. Does he speak Spanish as well?
He speaks English. He speaks English. I speak English.
Can he interpret for her?
Yes.
Okay, bring him up. All right, hold on, let me get Mr. Salome's paperwork. Are you all brother and sister?
We are.
Okay, so you can interpret for her?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so, because it's the same incident.
Okay.
So, Mr. Salome, do you waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you want me to read the affidavit?
So I have a question. Can I ask you something?
Okay, so wait, well, let me tell you this before you ask the question. Mr. Salome, Edwin, you're charged with aggravated assault.
Okay.
Kiera is charged with simple battery.
Okay.
Do you want me to read the affidavit
We want
to you, or do you understand what you're charged with?
we want to stand with our charge. We want to.
Okay. So can you tell your sister that she's charged with simple battery?
está con agravamiento simple.
Her bond is $5,000.
Perdón, $5,000. Okay.
All right, and both of you all have a special condition to stay away and have no contact with Kayla Major. I think that's the neighbor. No
Yeah.
contact with her whatsoever.
Perfect.
All right, now, Mr. Salome, you are charged with aggravated assault.
Mhm.
Your bond is $20,000.
Okay.
All right, same condition, no contact with Kayla Major, and not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Let's see. So because your case is a felony, Mr. Salome, your preliminary hearing is August 26th
Okay.
at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Now for Kiera, hers would be August 11th, unless she wants to waive it and get a court date in state court. So Ms. Salome, do you want your preliminary hearing on August 11th, or do you want to waive it and get a court date in state court?
So if we can pay, we can, that mean that we can waive it? Because
Well, if you bond out, it's gonna automatically be waived by law, and
Yeah.
then you'll get your next court date in the mail.
okay, yeah, we can do that.
Okay. All right, so Kiera wants to waive hers.
Yeah,
All right, so they'll have a waiver form for her to sign. Since you have a felony, you can't waive yours unless you have an attorney, but if you bond out, it'll automatically waive.
okay, yeah,
And then you'll get your next court dates in the mail.
yeah, I can do that.
All right, so Kiera just needs to sign her waiver. And like I said, your bond is 20,000 and her bond is 5,000.
I think I have an attorney today. I know she, okay,
All right,
all right, thank you.
thank you. All right, Courtney Smith.
So, I have a question. So, what am I gonna do?
All right, and after Ms. Smith will be Felicia Smith. Are you Courtney Smith?
Yes.
All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes.
All right. Ma'am, you're charged with violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. That's a felony charge, and possession of marijuana, 1 ounce or less. After I reviewed the warrant, I did not find probable cause for the felony, so I dismissed it. And for the misdemeanor possession of marijuana, your bond is $1,500. I'm gonna let you out on your own recognizance and sign a signature bond.
Thank you.
Right. So, you will have a special condition though, not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. So basically don't pick up any other charges. Also, since you're gonna be signing yourself out, I need for you to sign a waiver of the preliminary hearing. They'll have a waiver there for you to sign, and then you'll get your next court date in the mail.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, Felicia Smith. And after Felicia Smith will be Taravia Woods. All right, are you Miss Felicia Smith? All right, good afternoon. Ma'am, do you waive the formal reading of your charges? All right.
I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
Judge, she's not hearing you.
I want to go home.
Judge, can't hear you.
Now?
No, we can't hear you.
Okay.
No, we hear you now.
All right, the officer charged you with trafficking in ecstasy. I did not find probable cause for that. So I dropped the charge down to possession. Violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. So your bond is $5,000. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. Right, thank you, ma'am.
Put your head, all right, come on.
All right, Taravia Woods.
Okay. You talk to them. Yeah, no.
All right, are you Miss Woods?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
She went out
Can
again.
you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now, Judge.
No.
It's not here.
Yeah, she's going in and out.
Judge, you're going in and out.
Hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, Judge.
All right. You're charged with theft by taking. Your bond is $2,000. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so they will have a waiver form there for you to sign, and then you'll be excused. Thank you, ma'am. All right, did you all have any other females?
That's it.
That's it, all right. Amiris Bastillo,
Bastillo?
Bastillo. Come on.
Amiris Bastillo, and then next will be Terriante Benford.
The next will be Benford. Benford.
Basilio. Are you Mr. Basilio? All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
They told me it was a warrant. Yeah, I get it. I know what
All right, so you're charged with criminal trespass. Your bond is $2,000. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Also, no violent or harassing contact with Daisha Fowler. Do you understand that, sir?
man. Can I get a signature bar?
No, the bond is $2,000. I will appoint an attorney to assist you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, man. I just want to bail down and go to court for it.
All right, so your preliminary hearing will be set for August 11th
All right.
at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
I got one more question. I'll get that mail to me.
The bond is $2,000.
2000. Why get my court date mail to me?
No, your court date is August 11th.
Okay, thank you, man. And
All right, thank you, sir.
have a good day.
Ariante Benford, and after Mr. Benford will be Ricky Berry. All right, good afternoon. Are you Mr. Benford?
No.
All right. Sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you are charged with robbery. Your bond is $10,000. You have a special condition to stay away and have no contact with Antavius Jones. Also not to violate any laws while you're out on bond.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that, sir?
Ma'am.
All right, sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Ricky Berry, after Mr. Berry is Warren Bethel. Good afternoon. Are you Ricky Berry? All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges? All right. The probable cause affidavit, hold on, indicates on August 2nd, 2020 in Clayton County, Georgia, that at Point South Parkway and Park Villa Way in Jonesboro at approximately 0059 hours, the defendant did commit the following violations of Georgia law: possession of a firearm by a felon, marijuana less than an ounce, and speeding. In that said offender did operate a 2013 Chevy Impala, tag number RBT 4781 on a public road at a speed of 59 in a posted 35 zone. The speed was checked by LiDAR. Upon stopping the car, The driver was found to have an active warrant. The odor of marijuana was also detected in the vehicle. The driver was arrested and searched. Approximately 1 gram of marijuana was found in his pants pocket. A search of the car revealed a .45 caliber handgun beside the driver's seat. He was convicted of motor vehicle hijacking on February 9th, 2011. Sir, I am going to appoint an attorney to assist you. On the possession of firearm by a felon, your bond is $10,000. On the possession of marijuana, 1 ounce or less, your bond is $1,500. And on the speeding, your bond is $500. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir. All right, Warren Bethel, and after Mr. Bethel will be Tyrone Brinson. Good afternoon. Are you Mr. Bethel?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you're charged with possession of marijuana, 1 ounce or less. Your bond is $1,500 on that charge. Obstructing an officer, your bond is $1,500. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing? All right, so sir, they will have a waiver form for you to sign and then you'll be excused. Thank you, sir. Tyrone Brinson. After Mr. Brinson will be Stefan Brown. All right, are you Mr. Brinson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you are charged with violation of the seatbelt law, possession of marijuana, 1 ounce or less, possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. I did not find probable cause for the possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. I dismissed that charge, which was a felony.
Yes,
For
ma'am.
the violation of seatbelt law, your bond is $500, and the marijuana, your bond is $1,500. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance and let you sign a signature bond.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Sir, you're welcome. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Since I'm releasing you on a signature bond, I'll need for you to sign a waiver of the preliminary hearing, and then you will get your next court date in the mail.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
All right, so they'll have you sign the waiver and then you'll be excused. Thank you, sir. Stefan Brown and then Leo Burrows. Good afternoon. Are you Mr. Brown?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sir, you are charged with simple battery. Your bond is $3,000. Criminal trespass, your bond is $2,000. You have a special condition to stay away and have no contact with Bree-Janae Price and not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so sir, they will have a waiver form there at the jail for you to sign, and then you'll be excused. Thank you, sir. Leo Burrows, and then next will be Jose Lagunes. All right, are you Mr. Burrows?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Well, waive? No.
Do you want me to read? Do you understand what you're charged with, or do you want me to read the affidavit from the officer?
I really do want you to read them because it's an extra one on there. I only have.
All right, hold on, sir, hold on. Let me get the paperwork. All right, it says, the defendant did on the first day of August 2020 in Clayton County, Georgia, at Highway 54 at Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro, Georgia, at approximately 0123 hours, did commit the following violations of Georgia law: possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, improper lane change, in that said offender did make a left turn off of Highway 54 onto Terra Boulevard northbound within the city limits without utilizing a turn without utilizing a turn signal in violation of Official Code of Georgia 40-6-123, improper lane change. I smelled an odor of marijuana emitting from within the vehicle. The offender was detained based on an active warrant and found to be in possession of marijuana in violation of OCGA 16-13-2, possession of marijuana less than an ounce. I conducted a search of the vehicle based on the odor of marijuana and located a firearm, H&R 32 revolver, in the rear center console. A criminal history check of the offender showed he was a convicted felon, a violation of Official Code of Georgia 16-11-131. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you on the possession of firearm by a felon charge. You have no bond set at this time because you're currently on 5 years probation in Richmond County Superior Court, case number 2018 RCCR 00398. On the possession of marijuana, your bond is $1,500. On the improper turn signal, your bond is $500. Your preliminary hearing will be August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. All right, thank you, sir. All right, you said Kraft. What's Mr. Kraft's first name?
Mr. Who?
Kraft. I got a message.
Billy Kraft.
Billy Kraft. Okay, I got it. All right, I'm gonna do Billy Kraft and then Jose Lagunas. All right. All right, for Mr. Kraft, Billy Joe Kraft, your charge, the warrant indicates the defendant did on the first day of August 2020 in Clayton County, Georgia at Upper Riverdale and Garden Walk Boulevard at approximately 1400 hours. The defendant did commit the following violations of Georgia law: disorderly conduct, pedestrian in roadway, and obstruction. In that said offender did commit the above charges when said offender was standing in the middle of Upper Riverdale Road. I told the offender to get out of the road, at which time he stated FUBITCH. Upon arresting the offender, he pulled away, resisting arrest. Sir, on the disorderly conduct, your bond is $1,500. On pedestrian in roadway, your bond is $1,000. Obstructing an officer, your bond is $1,500. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you are out on bond. Sir, I am going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing? What? I'm sorry, what'd you say?
He's saying he doesn't want to waive it due to him having low income.
Okay. The hearing will be set on August 11th at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir. All right, and then Jose Lagunas.
He needs an interpreter, unless you still want someone to interpret for him, but he needs an interpreter.
No, I'll call the language line. I had the other person interpret since it was his sister. If you could just save Mr. Lagunas until the end,
Yes,
I'll
yes.
do him at the end of the calendar. Nick Clausel, and after Nick Clausel will be Hernandez Cuevas. Are you Mr. Clausel?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon, sir. And then next will be Hernandez Cuevas. All right, Mr. Clausel, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Ma'am, I would like to know, please.
You want me to read
Yes, ma'am.
the affidavit? All right, It says the defendant did on the first day of August 2020 in Clayton County, Georgia, at North Main Street, 5th Avenue at approximately 1908 hours, commit the following violations of Georgia law: possession of marijuana, possession of MDMA, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. And that said offender did, says the officer, I observed a white limousine not use their left turn signal onto North Main Street. The vehicle then used the turning lane as a merge lane. I conducted a traffic stop where I smelled unburnt marijuana. Nick Clausel advised he had a mason jar with roaches inside, which is smoked blunts that contain marijuana. I searched the trunk where I located 4 clear mason jars, 3 jars full of marijuana. The 4th mason jar had 3 MDMA pills inside of it. Also in the bag was 2 scales and clear baggies used for sales of illegal narcotics. All right, sir, after reviewing the warrant, I did not find probable cause for the felony possession of marijuana. So for that one, that's marijuana, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, your bond is $1,500. For the possession of MDMA, your bond is $5,000. For the possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, your bond is $5,000. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. Thank
This way.
you, sir. Hernandez Cuevas, and then Terry Daniels.
Quavo, he's out on bond, Your Honor. Can you hear?
Okay, he's out on bond. All right. I did. All right, Terry Daniels. And then after Mr. Daniels, Ricky Fambro. All right, good afternoon. Are you Mr. Daniels?
Good afternoon.
All right. Sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Meaning that 7 days for, you said 7 days?
No, the reading of your charges. Do you waive the formal reading, or do you want me to read the affidavit from the officer? Or do you understand what you're charged with?
On the license suspension.
Yep, driving on a suspended or revoked license. Your bond is $1,500. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
Meaning that, what does that mean?
It would be set on August 11th in magistrate court, or you can waive that hearing and expedite your case to state court.
Man.
If you bond out, it's gonna automatically be waived and you'll get your next court date in the mail.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, so you're gonna be able to make the $1,500 bond?
No, ma'am.
All right, so if you don't bond out, you can either have a preliminary hearing, which is a probable cause hearing, in magistrate court on August 11th, or you can waive that hearing and have a date in state court if you want to take a plea or try to resolve your case.
Let me try the 11th, August the 11th.
Okay, so you're hearing August 11th at 8:30 in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
I'll be the one. All the way down the hall, put on your left.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I'm sorry about that. It's something with this computer, I guess. Are you Mr. Fambro?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the next will be Tremo Fitzhugh. Sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
I can't hear.
Do you waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you want them read to you?
You can read.
All right, indicates on August 1st, 2020, in Clayton County, Georgia, at Garden Walk and Garden Springs at approximately 1600 hours. The defendant did commit the following violations of Georgia law: obstruction by hindering. On the arrestee did commit the listed offense while a passenger in a Kia Sorento bearing Georgia tag PZE1851 approached a road safety check, got into a motor vehicle collision with another vehicle, and switched seats with the driver. So I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your bond is $1,500 on the obstructing an officer charge. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Sir, do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
I'm just trying to pay the bond. Like,
Right, you'll be able to bond out, but your preliminary hearing, do you want to waive that? If you bond out, it'll automatically waive.
ma'am.
And then you'll get your next court date in the mail. All right, so they will have a waiver form there in jail for you to sign, and then you'll be excused. Thank you, sir. Tremo Fitzhugh,
Fitzhugh? I have. Fitzhugh.
and then Jalen Harrison.
Harrison. Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh.
Tremo DeLon Fitzhugh.
It's coming, Judge.
Okay,
Right?
How you doing, man? Good evening.
I'm good, thank you, sir. You're Mr. Fitzhugh?
Now,
All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
could you be able to repeat that earlier? Because I couldn't hear you when crowd, you said something about a preliminary, and if you waive it, and you have court on the 26th or 18th.
Yeah, your court date is gonna be on August 26th. Do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Is that what's waiving, like, if I waive it? Do I admit to it? Like,
All right, let me go ahead and read it to you. So, affidavit indicates on August 1st, 2020, in Clayton County, Georgia, at 330 Arrowhead Boulevard, apartment 6D, at approximately 0900 hours, the defendant did commit the following violations of Georgia law: possession of marijuana with intent to distribute drug-related objects, and that said offender did have in his possession 2 mason jars filled with green leafy substance. Offender admitted the green leafy substance belonged to him. Offender stated the green leafy substance was marijuana. Green leafy substance was packaged in individual bags, which is common in drug sales. A digital scale was found near the offender. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your preliminary hearing will be August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. On the possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, your bond is $5,000. On the use or possession of drug-related objects, your bond is $1,000. Thank you, sir.
I have a question, man.
What's your question, sir?
Saying that they had a scale on me, I wasn't even in custody. I was,
All right, I've appointed an attorney, so anything dealing with the facts of your case, you'll have to discuss that with your attorney. All right, thank you, sir. Jalen, now, can you hear me now?
yes, ma'am.
No? All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're charged with improper lane change. Your bond is $500. Possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond is $1,500. So I'm going to release you on your own recognizance and let you sign a signature bond, but you will have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. I need for you to sign a waiver of the preliminary hearing, and you'll get your next court date in the mail. All right, so please sign the waiver. Thank you, sir. Jafon, and then Jawan Hutchinson.
You call for Harrison? You have Washington? Hutchinson.
Right, are you Mr. Hugh?
Yes, ma'am.
Just take your head, you can't hear it.
I can't. All right, there you go. Tell it now. What you trying to make a private with?
Huh?
He must have logged out.
Yeah, bro, she's using a new computer.
Yeah.
It's having a problem.
I'm thinking it's the fire alarm that's interfering. 'Cause
Say private.
every time the fire alarm goes off, then you freeze.
This bullshit going on.
So you better use your phone. Put it right in front of you. You better. It's an iPhone 11 Pro.
iPhone 11 Pro.
Yeah,
That's the best phone.
Right.
That's the best one.
The better one. Which one you got?
I ain't got the iPhone. I just got a regular phone.
Which one is the regular phone?
It's just a regular
Android.
Android, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, long road.
Not as long as yesterday.
You got Jones. You got Jones.
What's your name, sir?
By the war, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I go faster.
Yeah.
We're here, Judge.
Jones.
All right, can you all hear me?
We
Yeah.
can, Your Honor.
All right, I had to call in on my cell phone because I think the computer was
Okay.
not working.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
okay, sorry about that. Are you Mr. Hugh?
Yes, ma'am. I can't see you though.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right. All right.
You don't see me on the screen?
No.
I'll mute your video on the phone.
No, we're just going to see the
It's that share screen right now in the middle.
juvenile court.
Oh, you just see juvenile court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh,
I'll mute your video.
oh, you don't see through magistrate court.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see her.
Because I see three things on the screen. Hold on.
I'll mute your video on your phone.
She can do video on her phone.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I see you now.
We got you.
Okay. Hold on. All right, I'm trying to get this together now.
I know, Judge.
All right. Okay. Sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Wait, what am I charging? I don't know what my charges is.
Obstructing an officer and your bond is 1,500, and simple battery, your bond is 4,000. Do you want me to read the affidavit from the officer, or do you waive that?
I waive. No, okay.
He said it's okay, Judge.
Everything good. Read me the
All right, sir. You have a special condition to stay away and have no contact with Sabian Truesdale. Also, not to violate any laws while you're out on bond.
All right.
Okay, and see. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes. Yeah, I want
Right. That's what it is. All right. So, sir, they will have a waiver form for you to sign, and then you'll be excused. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Then I know my bond. I want my bond.
1,500 for the obstruction and 4,000 for the simple battery. All right, Jawan Hutchinson. And then next will be Jeremy Jellings. All right, are you Mr. Hutchinson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes.
All right, sir, you're charged with criminal trespass. Your bond is $2,500. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Also to have no violent or harassing contact with Christiana Magruder. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
All right, sir, they will have a waiver form there for you to sign, and then you'll be excused. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Jeremy Jellings. After Mr. Jellings will be Kaize Jesquith. Are you Mr. Jellings? All right, sir. Do you waive the formal reading of your charges? All right, sir. On August 1st, 2020 in Clayton County at Terra Boulevard at Robert E. Lee in Jonesboro at approximately 2022 hours, the defendant did commit the following violations of Georgia law: possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, in that said offender was the passenger in a Ford Explorer stopped for no tag at Terra Boulevard and Robert E. Lee Parkway within the city limits of Jonesboro, Georgia. I conducted a consensual search of the vehicle and located a small bag of methamphetamine under the rear passenger's seat. After being read Miranda, the offender admitted the methamphetamine fell out of his pocket. The offender violated OCGA 13-30, possession of a controlled substance. Sir, you have no bond set on this charge as you're currently on 5 years probation in Douglas County Superior Court. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your preliminary hearing is set for August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
answer the wall right up. Put your hands on the wall. One step up, please. All right, look up there, how do you walk on the hands behind you?
Isaiah Jesquith, and then next will be Brian Jones.
Right.
All right, are you Mr. Jesquith?
Yes, ma'am.
Isaiah?
Yes, ma'am. It's breaking now. I can't hear her.
You're freezing. You-
She froze up.
You're freezing up, Your Honor.
Do you waive the form of can you hear me now? Back in.
Can you hear her now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you repeat everything you said, ma'am?
Can you hear us now, Judge? Can you hear us now?
I can. Can you hear me?
Hear you now. You were freezing up a moment ago.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's just try to make it through. Mr. Jesquith, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me? All right, sir, you're charged with improper lane change. Hold on. Your bond is $500. No license, your bond is $1,000. Possession of marijuana, ounce or less, your bond is $1,500. Possession of a firearm by a felon, you have no bond as you're currently on 4 years, 8 months probation in DeKalb County Superior Court. Case number 18CR2570. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir. Brian Jones, after Mr. Jones will be Jabari Jones. Are you Mr. Brian Jones?
Ma'am.
All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, sir, you're charged with forgery in the 4th degree. Your bond is $5,000. Identity fraud, your bond is $2,500. And hold on, let me flip to the last charge. Exploitation and intimidation of a disabled or elder resident, your bond is $2,500. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
So them felonies?
The first one was a felony, yes. Let me see. The first one. The forgery was the felony. All right, Jabari Jones and then Sean Jones. All right, good afternoon. Are you Jabari Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Ma'am.
Do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right, sir, you're charged with no taillights. Your bond is $500. You're charged with violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, possession of a weapon during a crime, possession of a firearm by a felon, cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. You have no bond on those charges because you're currently on 8 years probation in Clayton County Superior Court, case number 15CR01465. You're also charged with no license. Your bond is $1,000 on that charge. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir. Sean Jones and then Jean Joseph.
Right here.
Are you Mr. Sean Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon. I'm sorry. Sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you have a violation of the seatbelt law. Your bond is $500. Violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Your bond is $5,000. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while on bond. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Jean Joseph,
Right here.
and then next will be Jean Kimball. All right. Mr. Joseph, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Huh?
Do you waive the formal reading of your charges? All right, sir, you're charged with public drunk. Your bond is $1,000. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
Whatever you think is better.
You said yes?
Yes or no?
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. They will have a waiver form there for you to sign, and then you'll be excused. Thank you, sir. Jean Kimball, and then Fernando Martinez Garcia. Jean Kimball, are you Mr. Kimball?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
You can read them to me.
All right. All right, indicates the defendant did on the first day of August 2020 in Clayton County, Georgia at 5900 Riverdale Road at approximately 1557 hours did commit the following violations of Georgia law: vehicle turning left, fleeing or eluding the police, reckless driving, obstructing an officer, possession of marijuana, more than an ounce, possession with intent, drug-related objects, possession by a convicted felon, possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. In that said offender did operate a silver in color Nissan Altima bearing Georgia tag RWE 9542 when he turned into oncoming traffic, nearly causing an accident. Doyle initiated a traffic stop occupied by the accused. The accused put the vehicle into drive, fleeing from Doyle. The accused started driving reckless, switching multiple lanes without signals. The accused also ran red lights at a high rate of speed. The accused jumped out of his silver Nissan Altima and took off running into Howard Johnson Hotel. The accused was caught with an army bag which contained 29.23 grams of green leafy substance, suspected marijuana. Also had an M&P Smith & Wesson 380 handgun with a fusion scale and empty bags and a sandwich, I guess sandwich bags. The accused criminal history was checked. The accused is a convicted felon out of Cobb County, convicted on April 12, 2018 for possession of firearm by convicted felons. All right. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. On the failure to yield, right away, turning left, your bond is $500. Fleeing from police, your bond is $1,500. Reckless driving, $1,500. Obstructing an officer, $1,500. Violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, $5,000. Another violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, 5,000. Use or possession of drug-related objects, your bond is 1,000. Possession of a firearm by a felon, your bond is 10,000. Possession of a weapon during a crime, your bond is 10,000. And your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, Judge. Excuse me, Judge. Can I get the
Yes, sir.
total, like, with all of it?
Hold on.
Maximum total, please.
All right, hold on. Let me see. 20, 30, 31, 33. It should be about 35,000.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
All right, Fernando Martinez Garcia.
He speaks Spanish, Your Honor, the interpreter.
Okay, I will put him with Mr. Jose Lagunas to do at the end. David Matthews. After Mr. Matthews, Kendrick McKee. All right, are you Mr. David Matthews?
Ma'am?
All right, good afternoon, sir. Do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
No, ma'am.
All right. Sir, the affidavit indicates defendant did on the first day of August 2020 in Clayton County, Georgia, at Highway 85, Airport South Parkway, at approximately 1648 hours, did commit the following violations of Georgia law: window tint violation, possession of a firearm by a felon, possession of marijuana under an ounce. In that, said offender did, officer put, I observed a camo Mustang with a possible window tint violation. I conducted a traffic stop at Highway 85 at Airport South Parkway. The driver, David Matthews, was identified as the driver. I could smell strong odor of unburnt marijuana coming from the vehicle. A search was done where 5 grams of marijuana was located in his personal area on him. Underneath the driver's seat was a firearm. Matthews advised it was his firearm for protection. Matthews is a convicted felon for burglary on February 3rd, 2009. The window tint was at 17%. All right, sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. The window tint violation, your bond is 500. For the possession of a firearm, your bond is 10,000. The possession of marijuana, your bond is 1,500.
So total to that, ma'am?
12,000.
12,000. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Kendrick McKee.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then after Mr. McKee will be Christopher Oliver. Mr. McKee, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
No, ma'am.
All right. The warrant indicates defendant Kendrick Earl McKee did on June 7th, 2020 at 7124 South Lake Parkway in Jonesboro, commit the offense of battery, physical contact, or provoke against the state of Georgia, in that said defendant did intentionally cause substantial physical harm to Ms. Kenya Greer, being the ex-girlfriend of the offender, Mr. Kendrick McKee, after he threw a cell phone at her face, causing a bloody cut lip, excuse me. Sir, you have no bond as you're currently on 4 years, 4 months probation in Clayton County Superior Court, case number 17CR02790. You have a special condition to stay away and have no contact with Kenya Greer. Sir, do you want to waive your preliminary hearing? Or do you want to have the preliminary hearing here in Magistrate Court on August 11th?
Yeah,
All right, so it'll be August 11th at 8:30 in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Your
All
Honor,
right, Christopher Oliver. Oh, yes,
Oliver, he bonded out.
he bonded out. Okay. And after Mr. Oliver, Christopher Parker, and then Angel Ramirez. Are you Mr. Clifford Parker?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sir, you're charged with family violence battery. Your bond is $4,000. Criminal trespass, damage to property. Your bond is $2,500. Obstructing or hindering an emergency telephone call. Your bond is $2,500. And cruelty to children, your bond is $3,000. You have a special condition to stay away and have no contact with Christina Maine, that's M-I-E-N-E, and not to violate any laws while out on bond. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
All right, so sir, they will have a waiver form for you to sign, and then you will be excused. Thank you, sir.
And how much is that altogether?
Let me see. 5, 8, 12,000.
12,000. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, and then Angel Ramirez. After Mr. Ramirez will be Chad Reeves. Are you Mr. Ramirez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you're charged with improper erratic lane change. Your bond is $500. Failure to have headlights on, your bond is $500. 2 red light violations, $500 each on those. Fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, that's your only felony charge. It's $5,000 for the bond. Reckless driving, $1,500. Speeding, $1,500. And divided highway violation is $500. See, 8, 9, 10. So it's $10,500 for the total. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir. All right, Chad Reeves, and then Jaquavius Robinson. All right, are you Mr. Reeves?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, ma'am. You said, do I waive?
The formal reading of your charges. Do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Waiving meaning accept?
What'd you say?
Waiving meaning accept?
No. Do you, so you're charged with improper turn signal and possession of marijuana 1 ounce or less. Do you want me to read the affidavit from the officer, or do you understand what you're charged with?
Yes, ma'am, I understand. I was asking, are you asking me, do I accept those charges? Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm not asking you that.
I don't waive. Yeah, I know the charges, you know. That's it.
All right, so for the turn signal, improper turn signal, your bond is $500. For the marijuana, your bond is $1,500. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, let you sign a signature bond.
Yes, ma'am.
You will have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I appreciate it.
Also, since I'm giving you a signature bond, I need for you to sign a waiver of the preliminary hearing, and you'll get your next court date in the mail.
Okay.
All right, so just sign the waiver. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Jaquavius Robinson, and then David Smith. All right, are you Jaquavius Robinson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. You're charged with obstructing an officer. Do you waive the formal reading of your charges? Do you want me to read the affidavit, or do you understand what you're charged with?
I understand.
All right, your bond is $1,500. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing? All right, so I'm gonna set it, so you'll have an opportunity to talk to your attorney. I'll set the hearing for August 11th at 8:30 in courtroom 201. If you bond out before August 11th, that hearing will automatically be waived by law and you'll get your next court date in the mail. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right.
All right, David Smith and then Philip Spinks. All right, good afternoon. Are you David Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sir, you're charged with battery. Do you waive the formal reading of your charges or do you want them read to you?
No, I waive.
All right. So you have a special condition to stay away and have no contact with Jayla Andrews. Also not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. Let's see, so you do not have a bond because you're currently on probation in Newton County Superior Court, case number 18CR00967. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, they will have a waiver there at the jail for you to sign, and then you'll be excused. Thank you, sir. Philip Spinks and then Douglas Tennis. Philip Spinks and then Douglas Tennis.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good afternoon. Are you Mr. Spinks?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. You do you waive the formal reading of your charges or do you want them read to you?
You could read them to me.
Okay. Indicates the defendant did on August 1st, 2020 in Clayton County, Georgia at 6498 Fielder Road in Rex at approximately 1537 hours commit the following violations of Georgia law: aggravated assault, criminal trespass, terroristic threats, aggravated assault. In that said offender did on the above date and time in Clayton County, Georgia, commit the offense of aggravated assault when the offender did unlawfully make an assault upon the person of Matthew Giddens and Jackie Giddens with a black BB gun and a black knife. An object when used offensively against a person is likely to cause assault and serious bodily injury. The offender pointed the BB gun at both victims and then threw the knife at Matthew Giddens. The offender did also intentionally damage the victim's mailbox. Said damage was under $500. The offender also did commit the offense of terroristic threats when said offender told the victim, Matthew Giddens, I'm going to kill you. The offender drove his 2003 CRV Honda gray in color Georgia tag CMP7978 into the victim's mailbox. All right. All right, sir. You will have a special condition to stay away and have no contact with Matthew Giddens and Jackie Giddens. Also, not to violate any laws while out on bond. Your bond for the aggravated assault is, well, you have 2 counts of aggravated assault, $10,000 bond for each count. Criminal trespass, your bond is $2,500. Terroristic threats or acts, your bond is $10,000. So your total is $32,500. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Come on.
Douglas Tennis.
Ma'am, that's me. Your Honor. That is
All
me.
right. Give me just a second. Getting all my paperwork together. After Mr. Tennis will be Daniel Tracy. All right, Mr. Tennis, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
By way of formal preview of my charges, what exactly does that mean?
Let me read them to you. Sir, you are charged with, it indicates the defendant did on the first day of August 2020 in Clayton County, Georgia, at Highway 85 and Adams Drive at approximately 16:03 p.m. did commit the following violations of Georgia law: a brake light violation, violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act, possession of methadone, and no license. In that said offender did while driving a gray 2006 Dodge Ram with Alabama tag number 1 either 0 or DV6367. The right side brake light was not working. The offender gave consent to search the vehicle. Inside the glove compartment was a clear bottle that contained a pink liquid substance, suspected methadone. The pill bottle had methadone on it, but not the offender's name. This occurred at Highway 85, South Adams Drive. The offender is not licensed per GCIC. All right, sir, I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. For the brake light violation, your bond is $500. For the violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act for possession of methadone, your bond is $5,000. For the no license, your bond is $1,000. The total bond is $6,500. All right, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Daniel Tracy, and then Christopher Tucker.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, are you Mr. Tracy?
Yes.
All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, sir, you're charged with public drunk. Your bond is $1,000. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yeah.
All right, sir. They will have a waiver form there for you to sign, and then you'll be excused. Thank you, sir. Christopher Tucker, and then Khalif Waddell. All right, are you Mr. Tucker?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
What does that mean for me? I don't understand that.
Do you want me to read the affidavit that explains what your charges are, the public drunk? Or do you think you understand the nature of the charges?
I understand the nature of the charges.
Okay, so you're charged with public drunk. Your bond is $1,000. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while on bond. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
What does that mean for me, ma'am?
So your preliminary hearing is your probable cause hearing. It's in magistrate court. It would be held on August 11th. If you want to waive probable cause, you can expedite your case to state court and you'd get a court date in 7 to 10 days. If you bond out, that hearing will automatically be waived and then you'd get your next court date in the mail. But if you're unable to bond out, do you want to have a probable cause hearing or do you want to move your case to state court if you're trying to resolve it?
We can do that.
Which one? To state court?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So they will have a waiver form for you to sign and then you'll be excused. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Khalif Waddell.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. And then next will be Eric White. Mr. Waddell, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Are you asking, do I want to hear them?
Yes. Do you want me to read the affidavit, or do you think you understand what you're charged with?
Yeah, I want you to read the charges to me, ma'am.
All right. The defendant did on the first day of August 2020 in Clayton County, Georgia at 330 Arrowhead Boulevard, apartment D6 at approximately 1400 hours, did commit the following violations of Georgia law: violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, possession of a firearm by a felon. In that said offender admitted to owning a tan fanny pack and gave consent to search it. Located inside was a small amount of suspected ecstasy. Waddell claimed that the drugs weren't his, but the bag was. Also located in the same room was a Taurus 662C 4mm upstairs. In a bedroom was a Smith & Wesson 40 caliber. Waddell advised us that he was a felon. All right, sir, you have no bond on these charges because you're currently on 9 years probation in Cobb County Superior Court, case number 1893556. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. All right, thank you, sir. Eric White. After Mr. White will be Kenneth Wiggins. Are you Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yeah.
All right, you have an open container violation. Your bond is 500. DUI, alcohol less safe. Your bond is 5,000. You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yeah.
All right, sir, they will have a waiver form for you to sign, and then you will be excused. Thank you, sir. Kenneth Wiggins and then Alexander Williamson. Good afternoon. Are you Mr. Wiggins?
Huh?
All right, sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yeah.
All right. Sir, you're charged with driving under the influence. Your bond is 5,000, and failure to stop, your bond is 500. Sir, you have a special condition not to violate any laws while out on bond. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, I don't.
All right, sir, it will be set for August 11th at 8:30 in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir. Alexander Williamson. All right. Good afternoon, sir. You're Mr. Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then next will be Thaddeus Winston. Sir, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act charges. You have no bond on those charges because you're on 6 years probation, the Cobb County Superior Court, case number 17CR3238. No license, $1,000 bond, obstructing an officer. You have 2 charges, $1,500 each on each count. Possession of a firearm by a felon, no bond because of the probation. Possession of a weapon during a crime, no bond because of the probation. And then use or possession of drug-related objects, a $1,000 bond. Sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, Thaddeus Winston. All right. Are you Mr. Winston?
Hmm.
All right, sir. Do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
What's the difference?
All right, I'll read them to you. Indicates the defendant did on the first day of August 2020 in Clayton County, Georgia at 2150 Marion Lane in Morrow at approximately 0731 hours, did commit the following violations of Georgia law, and that said offender did commit the offense of loitering and prowling when he was at 2150 Marion Lane in Morrow, Georgia, in a manner not usual for law-abiding individuals under circumstances that warrant a justifiable and reasonable alarm or immediate concern for the safety of persons or property in the vicinity. The offender does not live in the immediate area. The offender knocked on several front doors of the homes in the neighborhood. The offender appeared to be delusional by speaking to an invisible person. While conducting my interview, the offender also displayed a range of temperaments. The offender transpired within Clayton County. The offender was given multiple chances to leave and refused. All right, sir, I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
If I waive it, then what? Like this, what I'm saying.
Then you'll get a court date in state court in 7 to 10 days.
I mean, if I don't waive it, then what?
You'll get a court date in state court. Either you have a preliminary hearing in magistrate court on August 11th, or you can waive that date and get a hearing in state court.
I'm gonna keep it.
All right, so it'll be August 11th at 8:30 in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Hey, what's the bond?
1,000.
So all I gotta pay is 100 to get out?
Come on, sir, come on, sir.
Oh, I don't know.
11. What's your name, sir?
Gerard Davis.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that's it. Put your hand behind your back. You gonna move as well? Use one? Go downstairs, walk downstairs on the right hand side. Where? Right here? You're going down the hall. Walk on the right hand side.
All right, give me just a moment. I have to find your paperwork. Give me just a moment, sir. All right, I'm ready for Mr. Davis.
No.
All right, Mr. Davis, do you waive the formal reading of your charges?
No.
Right. The case on the defendant did on the first day of August 2020 in Clayton County, Georgia at Highway 138 at Commerce Boulevard in Riverdale at approximately 23:30 hours did commit the following violations of Georgia law: possession of a firearm by a felon, minor, and possession of alcohol. In that said offender did have and possess an SCCY 9mm firearm under his feet in a vehicle. The vehicle was stopped due to an occupant not wearing a seatbelt. Official Code of Georgia 40-8-76D. Also beside his leg while in the vehicle was an open bottle of Bud Light beer. The odor of an alcoholic beverage was detected on his breath. This offender is currently on first offender probation for felony theft in Clayton County. All right. All right, due to the probation, you have no bond on the weapon charge, and on the alcohol, your bond is 1,000.
So, ma'am, with that being said, how would I do that? Would I be able to still bond out with that charge?
No, because you're on probation.
Okay. Okay.
So you have to deal with that probation, and your probation officer, whether or not they're gonna file to revoke your probation. I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you. Your preliminary hearing is set for August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201.
Okay, man, one more question.
Yes,
When I am able to see my PO and they do what they do, will I be able to find out after that?
yes, I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. So if they're not gonna put a hold on you and your attorney talks to your probation officer, then your attorney can file the appropriate paperwork and request a bond for you. But while you're on probation, it's gonna be up to your probation officer. All right, thank you. All right, do we have anyone else or just those two people that speak, that needed?
That's it, just the two interpreters.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Do you all have Eric Bridges from yesterday? I continue the case.
We have to call them up, Your Honor.
Okay, his LE number is 1009865.
1009865.
1009865. All right, let me see if because I'm gonna have to use my cell phone to call. All right, can you all hear me?
Yes, we're just trying to block out the background noise for you when you're not speaking with us. There we go.
We are not hearing, Judge.
CC4.
All right, I'm gonna have to try to go get another phone so that I can call the interpreter. Give me just a moment.
So torpedo.
Line solution. Please enter your 6-digit client ID. For Spanish.
Hello? Okay, I have the interpreter on the line.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your name, sir?
Lagunes Jose.
Is it Jose Lagunes?
Lagunes. Yes.
All right, sir, you are charged with identity fraud.
Ok, señor, usted tiene el cargo de fraude de identidad.
Your bond is $5,000.
Su multa es de $5,000.
Ok.
The warrant indicates that on April 30th of 2019, Mr. Interpreter?
Ok. Yes, ma'am. Ok, señor, aquí el reporte indica que en abril 30 del 2019,
At 985 Mount Zion Road, apartment 14D in Morrow, Georgia.
I'm sorry, this interpreter speaking, ma'am. Would you mind repeating for me the address? I'm sorry, ma'am.
985 Mount Zion Road, apartment 14D in Morrow, Georgia.
En el 985 del Mount Zion Road, en el apartamento 14 en Monroe, Georgia.
Commit the offenses of identity theft, fraud,
Cometió la ofensa de robo de identidad, fraude de robo de identidad
against the state of Georgia, in that said defendant did knowingly, willfully, and unlawfully, without authority or permission of the victim, Christian Martinez.
I'm sorry, this interpreter speaking, ma'am.
Yes.
Your line cut off for a while. Would you mind repeating that for me, please? I'm sorry for that, ma'am.
Said defendant, the defendant did knowingly, willfully, and unlawfully, without authority or permission of the victim, Christian Martinez.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm losing your line. Would you mind repeating that for me? I'm very sorry for that, ma'am.
Okay, can you hear me now?
It's because it's breaking up. I can hear some parts.
Okay, hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
All right. Is this any better?
Yeah, I think it's the line from, I do not think it is your microphone or anything.
Okay.
I just think it's a line from, it happens so long.
All right. The defendant did knowingly, willfully, and unlawfully, without permission of the victim, Christian Martinez, possess a Texas driver's license.
Ok, el defendido, sin saberlo y sin ningún permiso y sabiéndolo, utilizó una licencia de manejo de Texas de Christian Martínez.
No, yo no sé licencia ni nada de eso.
Did you do the use or possess a Texas driver's license?
¿Usted estaba usando y poseía una licencia de manejo de Texas?
No, no tenía yo licencia.
With intent to fraudulently use identifying information concerning the victim.
Y también utilizó de manera fraudulenta y se identificó usted de forma fraudulenta con esa identificación.
No.
The accused did use the victim's name and date of birth when he filed for work with Centerpoint Incorporated.
Ok, se le acusa de usar el nombre de la víctima y la fecha de nacimiento para archivarse para un trabajo en Centerpoint Incorporated.
The accused, in a taped interview, admitted to using the victim's personal information without consent or knowledge by the victim.
El acusado en una entrevista admitió haber usado información personal sin el conocimiento de la víctima.
The accused stated that he did not make the false document and is no longer in possession of the identification.
I'm sorry, ma'am, this interpreter speaking. Would you mind repeating that for me, please? I'm sorry for that.
The accused stated that he did not make the false document and no longer is in possession of the identification.
El acusado declaró que él no hizo los documentos falsos y que ya no tiene posesión de los documentos de identificación.
The accused declined to explain where he obtained the false document, only stating that a company called Scarborough provided the document for the accused to work.
El acusado se rehúsa a explicar de dónde obtuvo los documentos falsos, solamente indica que la compañía Scarborough le proveyó con los documentos para que usted pudiera trabajar.
The accused would not provide names or addresses to follow up.
El acusado no va a proveer nombres ni direcciones para dar seguimiento.
The victim lives in Texas, but is willing to prosecute and will commute to Georgia, where the accused lives.
I'm sorry, ma'am. This is interpreter. Would you mind repeating that for me again? I'm sorry for
The
that.
victim lives in Texas, but is willing to prosecute.
Okay. Entonces, el acosado vive en Texas, pero está dispuesto a hacer trabajo.
The victim will commute to Georgia, where the accused lives.
El acusado se referirá a Georgia, donde la víctima vive.
Sir, your bond is $5,000.
Señor, su multa es de $5,000.
You have a special condition not to violate any laws while you are out on bond.
Tiene una condición, señor, de no violar ninguna ley mientras está bajo fianza.
I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you.
Voy a dirigirle a un abogado para que lo pueda ayudar.
Your preliminary hearing is August 26th at 8 o'clock in courtroom 201.
Su audiencia preliminar es en agosto 26 a las 8 de la tarde en el número de cuarto de la corte 201.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay. Hey,
Speaking, ma'am, just to make clear, when you said 8 o'clock, is that 8 o'clock p.m., ma'am?
AM.
Otherwise, I will have to clarify. I'm sorry for that. I will have to clarify. Is that okay?
Yes, 8 in the morning.
Señor, solamente quiero aclarar, ¿sería 8 de la mañana?
si pago el bond, ¿puedo salir o cómo?
Able to go out or how's that?
Yeah, if you post your bond, it's $5,000.
Okay.
Lo que es de $5,000.
Ok, si lo pago, ¿puedo salir?
If I pay it, go out?
Yes.
Ok.
Sí.
Ok. ¿Cuándo lo puedo pagar?
When can I pay it?
It will probably be in the system later on today, and then you can pay it or go through a bonding company.
Bond company?
Yes.
¿Perdón?
Que solo lo tengo que pagar en una compañía de bond, dijo.
I'm sorry, there's a little background noise. I'm not able to hear. I'm sorry for that, ma'am.
Oh yeah, the jail, they have a fire alarm. Can you repeat that, sir? Can you ask him to repeat it?
¿Lo puede, por favor, señor?
¿Cómo?
¿Me puede repetir lo que dijo, por favor?
Que si solamente los 5,000 los puedo pagar con un bond de compañía o puede ser personal.
Can I only pay that with a bond company, or can I make an individual payment?
You can pay it all in cash or you can go through a bonding company.
¿Lo puede pagar todo en efectivo o puede ir a través de una compañía de fianza?
Ok. Otra cosa. No, es todo. Está bien. Solo. Está bien, gracias.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, I have one more person. You have Fernando Martinez.
¿Tenemos a Fernando Martínez?
All right, sir, you're charged with an improper turn signal violation. Can you hear me,
Ok,
Mr.?
señor, usted puede... I'm sorry, ma'am, go ahead.
Did you do the turn signal violation already?
No, ma'am.
Okay, sir, you are charged with a turn signal violation and driving with no license.
Ok, señor, se le tiene un cargo de un giro inapropiado bajo una señal y de no conducir con licencia.
Your bond is $1,500.
Su fianza es de $1,500.
Sir, I'm going to let you sign a signature bond and you will be released on your own recognizance.
I'm sorry, this is the interpreter speaking. Your own recognizance?
Yes, he'll be released. Once he signs the signature bond, he won't have to post the bond. I'm going to let him sign a signature bond and he'll be released.
Okay. Señor, le voy a hacer firmar una fianza para que usted pueda ser liberado. Entonces va a firmar un acuerdo de fianza y va a ser liberado.
Okay.
You will have a special condition not to violate any laws while you are out on bond.
Tiene una condición especial de no realizar ninguna violación mientras se encuentra bajo fianza.
Okay.
Then, sir, I need for you to sign a waiver form, a waiver of the preliminary hearing, and then you will get your next court date in the mail.
I'm sorry, this is the interpreter speaking, ma'am. I'm not familiar with the term waiver. Would you mind explaining that for me, ma'am? I'm sorry for that.
Okay, a waiver, so for the preliminary hearing, he's gonna waive that hearing, so he's not gonna have that hearing because he won't be in jail. So he's signing,
Okay, y le voy a hacer...
and then he's gonna get his next court date in the mail.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Okay, señor, le voy a hacer un formato de relevo a la corte, lo que significa que usted no va a tener que presentarse a la corte, pero va a recibir notificación por correo de cuándo sería su siguiente cita a la corte.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
¿Dónde va a quedar el citatorio?
Ma'am, is there anything else I could do for you?
Nope, that's it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for everything and services, ma'am. You are very much welcome.
All right. All right, so I just need Mr. Martinez to sign the waiver.
Yes, Your Honor, we're going to sign.
No,
Okay,
no,
and then,
no.
all right. Hold on, I'm getting all my paperwork together. You're Mr. White?
Ma'am, Bridges?
Bridges, Eric Bridges from yesterday?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, give me just a second, sir. What is your charge with simple battery and criminal damage to property? Do you know how to spell the victim's name?
The victim's name
Yes, sir.
is April, like the month, April. Last name is Nash, Nash.
Nash, okay. All right, sir. For the battery, your bond is $4,000, and for the criminal damage to property, your bond is $2,500. All right, do you waive the formal reading of your charges or do you want them read to you?
Waive.
All right, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. Your preliminary hearing would be your probable cause hearing. It'd be scheduled at Magistrate Court on August 11th, or you can waive that hearing to expedite your case to state court. Do you want to waive the preliminary hearing?
Ma'am.
All right. It'll be August 11th at 8:30 in courtroom 201. And then, sir, if you bond out before August 11th, it will automatically be waived and you'll get your next court date in the mail. Okay? All right. Thank you, sir.
That's all, Your Honor. That's all the inmates.
That's all I have too. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Two.
All right.